Larona, the Weeping Woman, reimagined. Hector, an impoverished farmer, was gifted with only one child before his wife joined the ancestors. Maria was the light of her father's eyes, and he did his very best to protect and care for her. Stories of her beauty were told across the land and carried on the wind until they reached the ears of Pablo Cortez. Pablo knew that he had to see the face of this woman. If she is as beautiful as the story said, then he would make her his wife. The townspeople were excited as a stranger from a faraway land rode in with his wagon. Dashing and rich, Pablo was desired by all the single women of the village except Maria. He could only keep Maria's attention for a brief time. That is until she heard him sing for the first time. Pablo sung beautiful, sad songs about love lost. He sung of Romeo and Juliet and how he would sell his soul to win her love. His voice carried to Maria as if by some supernatural force. Once the melody hit her ears, he had her attention and her weakness. In the morning, she would wake up to the sound of Pablo playing his guitar outside her window. After months of chasing, Maria was finally his, and now he would talk with her father of marriage. After meeting with Pablo, Hector would agree to the union. Hector knew Pablo could give Maria a life unlike any she had ever known. They were married, and within the month, Maria quickly found herself with child. Upon giving birth to her first child, Pablo decided to move the family out of the village into the woods next to the river. That is when Pablo's true nature started to show. Pablo quickly became jealous and told Maria that she is to never go into the town alone, as well as to never have any visitors at the house if he was not home. Maria, being raised Catholic, wanted to have their son baptized, but Pablo said no. His child's soul was his business. Not wanting to be a bad wife, Maria agreed with Pablo. After years of living in the wood, Maria soon found herself with child again. Alone and scared, she went to find Pablo. As she walked through the woods, she was shocked to find an altar. On it was the goat that Pablo had claimed to be taking into town. The altar was to Santa Muerte, the Holy Death. Maria ran back to the house where she instantly felt her water break. After hours of labor and alone, Maria gave birth to a beautiful little girl. After she had cut through the umbilical cord, Maria lay in bed with her newborn. Pablo came home to find his wife and children and thanked Santa Muerte for his wife's good health and for not taking her away. Maria asked Pablo, "What about our child? Do you not concern yourself with her well-being?" Pablo told Maria not to question the will of Santa Muerte. She will take what is hers. Maria decided when she was well, she would leave Pablo forever. As weeks had passed, Maria found herself well enough to return to her village. She gathered her things and her children. They began to cross the river, and Pablo's voice was heard echoing in the woods. Not calling out to Maria, but to Santa Muerte. "You said she would be mine always. Where is she? Why have you taken her from me?" Then he saw her in the river. As he chased her, he fell and grabbed Maria by the ankle. Being pulled under the water, and with her final breath, Maria baptized her two children so that they could be saved. Pablo was turned into the spirit of the river by Santa Muerte. Maria's soul linked to Pablo's was cursed to follow the river for the rest of eternity. Pablo continues to make sacrifices to Santa Muerte after dragging people underwater to their deaths. Occasionally, Maria is able to scare people away by revealing herself as a drowned soul. Maria is often seen crying for the loss of her two children, whom she will never see again.